to the next installation of the House 94 podcast. Seems like we've been gone for a minute. We kind of taking a little, summer break, or is it winter break? Whatever. We've been on a break. Anyway, good to be back with you. And as always, we got some new biting content. The gang is all here. So without further ado, we'll jump right in. So, man, it seems like a lot has been going on since we had our last full episode. And it's funny because without Trump being in office, I mean, it's not that much going on. Quick story: I had a lady I worked with, and we had a boss who was pretty terrible, and then that lady was fired, and then we had a new boss. So this lady that worked with me that I only been used to working with the bad boss, she said, "Hey, Carl, is everything all right?" I was like, "Yeah, what are you talking about? What's so quiet? Like, there's not that much email traffic, and it's nothing. Nobody's bothering us. Everything okay?" I said, "Oh, you're not used to having a regular boss. Like, yeah, usually your manager doesn't interact with you. It's like normally your boss has shit to do, and they do what they got to do, and you do what you got to do. And you interact with your manager if you got issues, not just because the boss ain't got shit to do." So it's kind of like what we're going through now. It's kind of like, you got a regular president who's just like being the president. Nothing's newsworthy because he's just chopping wood. Outside the fact that he fell up the steps going up Air Force One yesterday, a couple of days ago. If you missed it, check it out. I mean, we equal opportunity haters out here, so we're not going to talk bad about Trump, and I say nothing bad about Biden. But old man Biden fell up some stairs very unceremoniously, bro. It was like he fell 3 times. At one point, it was like he had to hold on to both rails. Like, hey, bro, stop the jog. And
Secret Service wasn't around to help him?
He was going up the steps to Air Force One.
Yeah, he was by himself.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, bro, you might want to
How
stop
surprised
wearing
was he
red
getting
bottom
up?
shoes and get you some Skechers or something, you know what I'm saying?
Some Skechers, some Uggs.
Get you something, man. Some no slip shit like they use in the manufacturing plant with the rubber soles or something, bro. Because the carpet got him. Boy, he fell up the stairs. It was ugly.
He fell up the stairs.
Yeah, he fell up the stairs
3 times.
3 times. Like, man, come on.
Yeah. It was not a great look, but hey, I'm sure Trump got a kick out of it as he tries to navigate these waters of not having the protection of presidential immunity.
Well, what we did not say is that that Donald Trump coming out with his own social media network should be out in a couple of months.
Yeah,
it's about to be on with that.
Yeah, that's a done deal.
It should be live. It should be live in like a couple months. It's about to be on and popping again, man.
Yeah.
Wow. How's he broadcasting off of what platform?
He get his own.
Got his own.
Yeah, but still,
you still got to have somebody's pipes to run it over, don't you? Yeah.
Right, exactly. So who's
you still got to what?
You got to run it on somebody's platform. Somebody got the pipes out there. He don't own the pipes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Man, that dude's about to buy the pipes, nigga.
All he got to do is have
what
is a IP address. All he needs is an IP address. He can stream.
Okay, so what happened to Parler then?
Parler
do that.
Parler's based on Amazon platform. Amazon. Jeff Bezos said, "Nah, I'm out. I'm cutting you."
Yeah, all he needs is an IP address. He's on and popping, streaming.
No, what Carl is talking about and Louis talking. Okay, great. Yeah, you're gonna do his platform.
Where you gonna get your IP address from?
So somebody he's in the work because he been working on this.
But you don't have to get that from an American. You can get that overseas, can't you?
Exactly. So that's what he's gonna do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what he's gonna do.
Let's the FCC get a hold of you.
Yeah, so that's what he's gonna do.
Well, hey man, you got to figure something out. So get his people out there, get them raising money or whatever. But I think he's gonna end up being in jail before he can get too much going. And people aren't listening to him like they used to. It's kind of like, man, go on.
I don't know, Carl. he had 80 million followers, man. Do not, don't get fooled now. Shit, they're waiting for that dude. That dude's like a messiah to these fools.
For real.
Well, the key is going to be what the media does with it, right? So if the media treats it like they did when he was on Twitter, where they covered everything, that's going to give him that life, right? That's the only reason that Twitter got so popular, because there's people not on Twitter that saw the tweets because it was on the news all the time. Now that he's not the president, none of what he says has any relevance, quite frankly. So it's not news per se.
it's not news, but it doesn't have relevance. But just like you said in your opening, how it ain't shit to talk about. Shit is because everything is normal. That shit
Right.
sells. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And so when he started doing some wildness on his own social media platform, best believe CNN will be right there.
Fox
Like,
News will be right there.
Oh, Fox News will be
MSNBC.
all over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll all be all over because
Yeah.
it's news. You know what I mean? So, and CNN doesn't know how to shut up. They don't know how to just be like, all right, stop talking about this dude. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, because
So,
they're trying to be relevant. They stay trying to be relevant, and they said they do not stop talking about some shit because they say so many versions of shit. And you be like, seriously? I just heard this. Y'all still talking about it? But anyway,
yeah.
But,
I mean, their news is so recyclable. I mean, every hour it's the same shit.
And
It's crazy.
and they're late. They're late. They're late with the information. I mean, we watch the regular news just for confirmation, but they're late. All the information they always come out, the stuff that reports. We might see an article written up or a blog. We hear about it, and then we just read it, and then we like, okay, well, let's get some confirmation first.
Yeah.
And the confirmation can come 2 or 3 days later.
Right.
The funny part though is going to be like all these QAnon people, because I heard their movement is kind of faltering. And they actually got a documentary that started on HBO tonight at 8 o'clock Central. I think it's 9 o'clock Eastern on QAnon, like the origins of it or whatever. So you might want to check that out. But a lot of these people are starting to realize that it was all bullshit.
But they keep the bullshit going though. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
They keep it going.
What's that documentary going to be on, Carl?
HBO.
HBO.
Yeah.
So
that's funny.
Yeah.
So who saw the Oscars? I mean, not the Oscars, but the Grammys. Tell me about it a little bit, Carl.
Megan had a big night. Megan had a lot of Grammys. I didn't know she was considered a new artist, though. I thought she had been out on the mainstream for more than a year, but Megan had a good night. Cardi B performed, but she didn't get any kind of nominations. I thought Up is much more of a banger than anything Cardi B got out. I was thinking Up was going to be the song for the summer. You know what I'm saying? But like WAP and WAP didn't even win nothing, and that was a killer this summer. But
I thought it did. Okay.
Nah, Megan cleaned up, man. She had Song of the Year. I think Savage with Beyonce was Song of the Year, and she had new artists or whatever. Megan killed it. And then Beyonce got the most Grammys in that episode of any female artist, and there was some other first that she got. But the only thing that was notable was that Cardi B, she's still cute. She had picked up a couple LBs or whatever. She was struggling up there on that stage trying to get the dance moves together. They see the point now where she might just need to rap and let the dancers around her do her thing. You know what I'm saying? But hey, she was a trooper. She got it in.
So I didn't know Megan Stallion.
My question is, hey, KB, you just was talking about what I'm trying to figure out is it was just all the artists that you just named, those songs that they put out. And probably none of us, a couple of us might know a few of them, but the quality of the songs that are being put out, or the songs, what is the reason why we don't know these songs as before? Back in the Grammys, it was a big classy thing. It was elegant. It was formal.
Yeah, but I mean, it's COVID,
was the vibe still the same?
It was outside. You know what I'm saying? You're not outside of the Staples Center. So it was a decent setup, but I mean, they on social distancing and all that, like everybody else is. So, it was an outdoor venue, so it couldn't have the same panache as a normal Grammys, episode or whatever, telecast. And I think a lot of times we may not know a lot of these songs, man, because we don't listen to radio. Anybody doing on commutes in their car?
Right.
At what point do you literally listen to FM radio right now?
Right.
I don't even listen to
radio
anymore.
Yeah, I don't
exactly. In my car, I don't listen to it.
Yeah, I don't listen to none of that stuff.
Exactly. So the death of radio is kind of killing artists. So I'm not even sure how they get stuff out if it's not really directly in your genre. Like I'm waiting on the next Project Pat project, you know what I'm saying, or the next Triple Six Mafia or whatever. I'm waiting on that. So I'm gonna
Right.
find Migos or whoever, you know. So I'm gonna find that. But there's things that may not be right in my purview unless I hear it on like something like what's that show? Insecure.
Mhm.
Right.
I find music in places like that, you know.
Mhm.
But you know, I would used to find music like sitting in bars or restaurants. You hear something, you Shazam, boom,
Right.
you got it, okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
And now you're familiar with it,
Yeah,
right?
me too.
That's
Me
crazy.
too.
That's crazy. I find music off of who I follow.
Do
If I follow
that,
yeah,
and TikTok is another place where you can find shit.
yeah,
I
you
mean,
can find music.
I'm addicted to that shit.
So you raise a great question, Chuck. What about Lil Baby's performance? About that song
the
he got,
Police?
Black and White song. How
Yeah.
was that? How was that performance? What do you guys think about that?
I mean, it was cool,
I saw-
but he looked like somebody the police ought to detain.
You know what? You know what? I think that young brother
questioning
right
at
there.
least.
I got a lot of respect for that little brother.
Yeah,
Because
he doing it.
yeah, and he's just. I mean, he's not your typical when he gets those interviews. He's a little. You could see he's a little nervous and stuff. He's out of his element and everything, but it's all good. But I think he's definitely trying to take care of his family. He's trying to leave his legacy, man. He's trying to put a stamp on it. He's getting it while he can, and you know, I saw like on social media, I saw smidges of it. I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool. Then it made me go to the YouTube and look at the whole, video, that whole song on the Grammys. It was cool. I thought it was cool. I liked that song. I had heard the song. I remember when he shot the video because they had the streets all locked down.
And I feel old as shit. When was the Grammys?
Yes,
Like a week
last
ago.
week.
Last week.
That's
I'm out of
yeah,
it.
man. That's just crazy, man. We don't even know what comes on local stations no more.
Yeah, it was last week.
Bro,
Everybody
I'm
watch
on news and
TV.
sports.
Everybody
News
watch
and
TV
sports.
different.
Yeah.
But
But
you
I mean,
know what,
they wouldn't target you as a viewer. You're not that target demographic. Go ahead.
Yeah, you passed it. You're
Yeah,
out of
I
bounds.
No, I
saw
right now.
mean, but
I
you know
saw
what?
something
I don't
about,
think it has changed. Like I don't think any of that. Like when we were coming up listening to our music, and our parents are probably saying the same thing. Like what is this? You guys are asking where you get your music from. Hell, my kids now know these songs and stuff that I don't even know about, and I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
Yeah, my
the
daughter
whole
be on that shit too.
Yeah, I'd be like, damn, who is this? Oh, you don't know who this is? I'd be like, damn, I fell into my parents' trap.
Yep.
I mean, but I knew that was coming. We knew it was
Some
coming.
nice appliances there, bro. Is that a Sub-Zero that you listening to?
Yeah, a little something.
Did you ever think that you would be this rich? Yeah, go ahead, Chuck.
No. That was I just wanted to know because nobody was talking about them Grammys. I just wanted to know because I didn't even know it was coming on, man. It's hard for me to keep up with the NBA because I have an
that
app
too. That's another thing. Chuck,
if
right
I have an
point.
app,
Yeah.
I got an app.
Right.
You've been watching March Madness.
Yep.
Well,
Yes.
I actually am, but I don't know
Yes.
any of the
Good
players.
games, man. It's been
I
some
don't know
good
any of
games.
the players. Back
But
in the day, I was
Yeah,
a March Madness.
I think we got too old. Yeah, well, I am too. But then we used to know who those players are. But
Yeah.
I guess the whole like one and done thing, the players aren't there anymore.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
probably knew
Yeah.
the whole Syracuse. You could probably name the Syracuse and Georgetown starting five right now.
Yeah.
From back in the
Right,
day,
back in the
because
day.
that was there
Yep.
for like the Derek Coleman days, and the what's your man's name when Iverson was there when
Lawrence
shit.
Moulton.
But back in
They stayed long.
back they
Yeah,
stayed
they
long. They
stayed for
stayed for
4
a whole
years.
career. Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Now these dudes are out of there, but I think March Madness is still the Patrick Ewing is who I was thinking about, their crew, but back in the 80s, late 80s or whatever.
Oh yeah.
But
Right.
I think March Madness is probably the greatest sporting event ever made. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
To have
It's
all the
crazy, dude.
games
Yeah.
and the rush of that tournament, that it's a fever pitch type thing. In the first 4 days, it's genius, man. It's like that's why I was sad that the bars aren't open because I remember, man, it would be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I would just go
Stay up
camp
in the
out
bar.
at a sports bar
Yep.
that had adequate TV coverage and just
Yep.
be sitting there watching them games all day.
Yeah. No, that was. You're right. That
And
was
then
like
you was going. You will rarely see blowouts in March Madness.
Oh, it was
I mean,
all close ass games.
Yeah.
it would be
even
some
like
close ass games. I mean,
Well, unless
what's
even the
so
high
unless it-
seeds are in
unless-
close games.
unless it was like a
but this March
16 versus
Madness-
1.
But this March Madness,
Right.
it's definitely been some close games, some really good games.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yo, Crump,
And a lot
switch
of
the camera,
upsets.
man.
Let's fix, man. Here we go.
Yeah. But yeah, just when we go, I always hope that they just change the football just like they do the tournament for
Ain't no in
college.
hell. No way in hell, bro. Can't do that.
It ain't gonna happen.
I mean,
But-
you could have more of a I think you could do more like an Elite Eight or even maybe a Sweet 16
Mhm.
type tournament, but that would take 2 months because you got to do it a week. You got to give players a week between each game.
Weak.
Yeah. But
So,
the NFL only now it's NFL is they don't really always have people that play on Thursday night don't have that week. And
shit,
they play.
yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do because
You
they
play
have
on
they
Thursday, you
have
typically going to play the next Sunday.
the next
Oh
Monday.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the next Sunday.
Where
Yeah.
they play.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
They definitely can do that shit in the NFL, man.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you might get a short week if you had to play Monday Night Football, but
Yeah.
by and large, they're gonna give you a little break on that. So now you got to give a football player time to recover after a major game like that. Now, would it be great football? Yeah, I think they should replace the bowl system with a tournament.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I think that would be a good way to do it because that way you can maintain the bowl system, but then the bowls all mean something. So it could be the CarQuest Bowl or the fucking
Right.
the Pineapple
Yeah.
Bowl or whatever shit you never heard of. But this
You
is
have-
the 116 matchup.
Right.
That's right.
And they need
So-
they need to get rid of those bowls. Majority of them just have like the top 20 teams in that tournament, and then do that matchup.
And that's how
Exactly,
they-
yeah. And like give maybe the
It's-
four bye to have a round robin of the 16, Sweet 16 type thing.
Because it started the increase in bowls, man. You was like, damn, all you just I used to always just want to watch rose, orange, and peach,
Sugar Bowl.
and the sugar bowl. Those four.
Yeah.
So
Now
I mean,
so many
damn.
bowls. It's like this. It's all
Now-
about money.
Yeah.
And it's
Hold
like,
on,
who
man.
cares? And they
Always
keep
right.
trying to hold on to that shit, man. It's like, bro,
Yeah,
it's
with
just
like
running
a
fast.
yeah, and it'd be a team with a 6-6 record or some bullshit.
In a bowl game.
playing in a bowl. You know.
They playing in
I
a
always
Ciroc
call
bowl.
them the
They
who
played
gives
in
a
a
shit
Ciroc
bowl.
bowl.
Yeah, or
Shit bowl.
sub in who gives a shit bowl. Like the Blue Bonnet Bowl. Who the fuck is playing in that? You know?
Yeah, I remember the Blue Bonnet Bowl.
Oh yeah,
Yo, the,
Cotton Bowl now is useless. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
yeah, I know.
Oh, man.
Carl B, I know you're not a basketball
Yeah,
fan.
take us off with National Geographic, bro.
You see the NBA changed their format.
To what?
So now there's a play-in. The 7th and 8th team has to do a play-in. No, the
Yeah,
7th, 8th,
yeah.
9th, and 10th team
10.
do a play-in. So
Really?
yeah. So the 7th team plays the 8th ranked team, I think, to determine who's going to be 7th and 8th.
Yeah.
And then the 9th and 10th team play to determine who's going to be 9th to 10th. And then
One
the
game?
7th and 8th play. No. Yeah, one game. Well, each is one game.
Okay.
And then so if the 7th and 8th team, the 7th team who wins the 7th spot, they guarantee a spot. The 8th team has to play either the winner of either the 9th or 10th who won that. And then whoever wins that is the 8th place team. So
Got it.
I think that's bullshit. Personally.
Why?
If you're a 10th ranked team, you shouldn't be in the playoffs.
Oh, you said so the 10 ranked team could look up and beat one of the teams, have a good
Yeah.
night. I got you.
They can become the A seed.
I got you.
Yeah. But
Is
I
it-
mean, if you
is
hit
it-
8 seed, you're gonna get your ass kicked eventually anyway. This ain't
Wait a
like-
minute. So is the
Shit.
play-in just one game or is it a series?
It's a one game.
nah, but Lou, they were doing that, I guess, because these
A short
teams
season.
were, it's a shorter season. And then, but now it's like a lot of these teams got even records, man. These records, you look at analyze everybody, the whole NBA, the records are kind of, they ain't like no,
Yeah, but it's just still default. If they
Still
got
kinda
an
close.
even record, if they got an even record, it should default on what's your record on the team who has the same. If you got a worse record than them or you lost to them, then you should be out.
Yeah. I mean, but again, it was a short
Money.
season. They
It's
did it
about
for the
money.
innocent money, and then they got to get this revenue back.
Because they did it. They did it last year. A plan.
Well,
I didn't watch none. I didn't watch 1 second NBA basketball last year.
But I mean,
and I am
it
not
wasn't
protesting.
the revenue that they used to. They didn't break even. They lost, but they gonna
Of
run
course.
all that off.
It's 2020. Everybody lost.
Even
Yeah,
no,
but,
everybody didn't lose, brother.
but we're talking about the NBA, man. That's a major loss for them. They got all them contracts to pay.
But wait, they lost on their TV money because I thought that was automatic.
No, they didn't lose that.
No,
So they didn't lose.
They lost that revenue. People coming
They
into
didn't
the
lose.
stadium.
They didn't make what they usually make.
They
Yeah.
lost that ticket revenue.
Yeah, the people coming into the stadium,
Gate.
they had to
Yeah.
they had to reimburse. You know, they didn't. That ain't gonna get pushed to the next year.
Some did actually.
They took a loss, but they.
I mean, yeah,
It
it's
is
definitely a
good.
loss of revenue because if you push to the following year, you got
You
to
still
also
lose.
understand too. They didn't have those costs to put on those games either. So it's not a total loss because they had those variable costs that go on based on putting on a game. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they didn't have a total loss over there, but hey, I think they're gonna be fine.
Well,
Yeah. They're not hurting.
They're not hurting in any stretch of the imagination, nor is the NFL, who just signed a multi-billion-dollar contract with, I believe it was CBS here this
Amazon.
week. So
Amazon. It was
they did
with
the network.
Amazon.
They got a network. They had a network contract too. They signed
Oh yeah.
yeah.
one of the networks. I think it's the one that does NFC. So is that Fox?
Fox had it. Fox
Yeah, they had
and
Yeah.
wasn't it Fox and CBS?
I remember it was the NFC contract got renewed. I just saw that.
Mhm.
So they doing great. But speaking of
Well-
which, man, what's up with your boy Deshaun Watson?
Oh yeah. Oh man. He got like
Hey,
12
look here.
lawsuits.
Look,
Man, that's
they
some
explained-
bullshit though, for real. Did you see what the
Bruh.
lawyer did? The
What he
lawyer
did?
released one of the
Them
text
tweets,
messages
them
and
IG, the
with the
DMs.
Swedish massage shit. Did you see that?
Wait,
No,
what
what
does
happened?
One of the accusers' attorneys released the text messages, and so it talks about. I mean, you see her and Deshaun's message, and she's talking about being a Swedish massage and doing a Swedish massage. The craziest thing the dude said to her was she working and was she comfortable around the glutes? Other than that, I was like, what? What
So
do you
wait, let's
release
just
that the
hold
man
on.
said crazy about?
hold on,
Swedish
Quason, hold on.
massage?
Let's rewind and make sure everybody knows what the story is. So
Okay.
if you don't know,
No,
Deshaun
no.
Watson, quarterback for the Houston Texans, who recently has made a trade demand. Right.
Yes.
So he's still under contract. He said he's no longer happy there, but he's made recent trade demands. So it has just come to light that this brother was soliciting. I shouldn't say soliciting. He was engaging with women who are purported to be massage therapists all over the country on IG, flying them into Houston, which I don't know why you need to try to fly women into Houston, because Houston, you got everything you want, but whatever. Flying them into Houston. And basically, when they start this massage on the flip, he asked for groin work. And then it was like, no, like the whole groin. Effectively asking that to be to have a hand release, if you will.
Mhm.
So,
Well, I didn't see that message.
so he was basically just flying chicks in for massage, which again, that makes no sense to me, but whatever.
Yeah.
And then when they get there, he's looking to get the happy ending. And now, none of this shit is considered to be criminal, because I would assume.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, I guess it is illegal if you ask a massage therapist for a hand release, then which means that you get jacked
That'll
off
be
at the end of the
prostitution.
massage.
That's very much
That's
illegal.
solicitation. That's
Yeah.
solicitation, actually.
That's
So
solicitation.
Across state line, and
so
he's
hang
bringing
on.
them across state lines too.
Yeah, there you go. That's the man act shit back to Jack Johnson or whatever. But if that's I don't even know if that's on the books, but Trump can let us know. But So
Yeah,
I
it
guess
is
that's
actually.
the legal part. But he's facing no criminal charges. He's facing civil charges. They about to get in his bag.
Yeah.
Who's they?
But
Oh,
but you
I
know
mean,
what?
it's 12 chicks,
The
12
accusers
women.
are all
Yeah,
only filing civil charges.
Yeah,
got a
it's and
common.
it's not a charge. It's a complaint
Well,
for
yeah,
damages. And so with any complaint, any civil action, you have to prove your damages.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
they've got
say,
to
what's the
prove that there
damage?
was some. I don't know what their damages are.
He
Like I
they
don't know
got
what are their
paid, right?
damages. Yeah, they
I
got
mean, I
paid.
guess
And
what's
my
the
thing
cost of
is,
humiliation?
yeah, but at the same thing, they're in that business. So unless he made them do something that they, that they didn't already consent to,
Yeah.
that was illegal, I don't see what the damage is. It sounds like a money grab from the lawyer standpoint.
I was about to
You
say,
know,
they
I
got
think
the
one of
same
the
lawyer.
ladies. I think one of the ladies was giving him.
Here's the other thing, Carl. It's like you and I said. The text message that I read talked about, are you comfortable in the glute area, right? If you talk about in the groin area, it ain't like he said, can you jerk me off? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, I mean,
for
when he
what
says
I don't just say
the
that for
whole
what the
groin,
attorney is riding on. You know what I mean?
but what did
all
the text
this,
messages say?
everything.
All of that. All of that.
What no,
Yeah.
but okay, Carl. What do the
Yeah.
text messages say? We know what the
ones
implied
I saw,
messaging is.
yeah, the messages I saw were not pre-massage; they were post-massage. Apologies to these women for if he made them feel uncomfortable with his bullshit. So I saw those, but I heard about another story where one of the ladies was giving him oral pleasure, and he I guess he had the back of her head and was trying to throat fuck trying to enjoy more of her oral capacity than she was willing to provide.
Man, Carl, you crazy, man.
So she didn't really like the whole head action. So no pun intended.
But look. So what do you now tell guys like Deshaun or any pro athlete when it comes to these services now? Like, what do you tell them? Just leave these chicks alone and strictly stay professional with your
because
organization?
you are a professional athlete and everybody's trying to get a bag from you. Everybody.
Yeah.
So you need to know
Get a
better.
Girlfriend.
Yeah.
Get a girlfriend.
When you're out there, when you're an
No,
athlete, everybody's trying to get it. Can't even trust them either, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
So he only
just
Texas trainers. That's what you're saying.
Or do you have them sign a contract before you even start?
None of that matters.
Think.
None of that matters. That's not it. That won't even be invalid in court.
Not enforceable.
Because I guess you can't have a contract for illicit services. Like you can't contract somebody to do some illegal shit, right? The contract. How does it work in terms of their consideration?
No, I mean a contract don't speak. You can't talk about what was about.
You can have a non-disclosure agreement, but even those now are being challenged if it is something that is, for instance, if there was some sexual harassment involved, then they're not going to be enforceable.
Unless you're Donald Trump, of course, and then it's like, it's all good. They're enforceable.
But actually, it's because the way the case law now is changing because of the Donald Trump, because of all that stuff that went down. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Are these women all represented by the same attorney, or do they have different attorneys?
I think they're all represented by the same
Who
attorney.
knows? Yeah, some smart attorney probably, found these.
Yeah,
people
one of the guys
together.
got like 6 clients. It's like 6 of them. There's one guy.
I think this shit is a setup, bro. This
No, I'm
shit's a
talking
setup,
about
man.
who's representing the
women.
Yeah.
Yeah, the women.
Yeah, I'm sure
exactly. It's the same attorney.
Multiple.
It's the same.
He's got it's the same attorney.
Is it that one that's always like the one that went after always goes after the celebrities for this type of shit?
No. This is a Houston attorney that nobody knows about that hasn't been around.
That's about to get rich. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Actually,
well, I'll tell you what. Get his brother understands who he's about to play for next year.
No, but KB, at the end of the day, if I was Deshaun, I'd fight all of them. I'd fight it on the civil aspect. As long as you're not getting hit over the head with criminal, fight it on the civil stuff.
I'd be like, dude, I isolated him besides my groin. Groin, they're your major muscles in your groin. I mean, what
exactly.
are you talking about? I asked you, it's comfortable. You what? I can't help my penis is there.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, sometimes a gentleman might get an erection during a massage. I'm sorry, Put a sheet
Okay,
over or
okay,
something.
yeah, all right, yeah, okay, KB. Get massage. Do all massages give you an erection? Well, I'm asking
They can.
the fellas.
They can.
I mean, you can get an erection during a massage.
Yeah, I mean that varies, man.
You can get that from getting your neck mushed on. I mean, that depends on the person.
You
Okay.
can get your hair washed at the barbershop by some lady and get an erection.
No, I'm talking about going to a place where you pay money to get a massage. I mean,
You talking about them
if you-
places with the neon signs up front, or like the spa?
Nah,
like a real
I
spa?
mean, if it's a massage, it's massage. It's
Hey
a
Chuck,
business.
it depends, man. Look, I've been places where I had
Ooh.
some old woman that I didn't remotely find attractive. It just came across as a massage. And then I've been to Vegas where there's been beautiful women at a legitimate spot at the casino, right? MGM, what have you. And she's attractive and boom, just by having
Hello.
attractive. It depends on the guy, I think. You know what I mean? I
Hello.
don't think it's a matter that every
Back up,
massage
Quincy.
gives you an erection.
Back up,
Well,
Quincy. Did you say an old lady gave you a massage and you caught one? You caught a Woody with the old lady?
He said
Is that
he
what you
didn't
just
catch
said?
one.
No,
with
I
the
said I
old lady. He
didn't.
did not.
Oh,
It-
all right.
I would have.
Clarification.
I
Just getting
did.
clarification.
Oh, wait, hold on.
No
Wait a minute.
judgment.
No, see, y'all not being real, man.
My
No,
point
y'all
was
aren't being
just
real.
saying it
Go
depends on
ahead,
if you're
brother
attracted to a
Crump. Be
person or not,
real.
but you
Yeah,
can
be
still
real.
be a legitimate spot. That's all I'm going.
I don't think.
So, Quasi,
I don't think.
Quasi, you just summed it up. You said is if there's a beautiful woman massaging me, I'm gonna get an erection. But if she old,
It's very
and ugly,
possible. It's very possible.
and
Yeah.
I'm not.
Y'all talk about ages, man. Them old ladies, they need attention too. No pun intended.
Man,
Man,
Man.
I think
Well, I
I think
think-
you guys are missing.
I think when you go
Missing
to
the
one of them like other spots, you know when there was we did with one of those happy ending spots. You go to legitimate
man.
spaces though. I don't think you thinking that. I mean, again, I wasn't thinking about
Man,
necessarily getting
Y'all
an
are
erection
tripping.
because the massage therapist was massaging me. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna have
y'all
to.
are
Wait,
tripping.
Crump,
Quasi,
Crump,
man.
Crump,
Y'all,
what you about to
let me put this down on y'all, man. Y'all tripping. You either holding back or y'all haven't lived life yet. This is what it is. If you in a situation, I don't care, and I've been there where it's been somebody who they may not look good. You know what I'm saying? You're not looking at their face. You know what I'm saying? But if they know how to do a massage, and, you know, and depending upon like if you go to a legit massage place where you're paying like more than $250 for the massage, you actually X where you feel comfortable for them going, right? You put a little X on the body and you say, okay. And so if they put their hands there and they know what they're doing, regardless of what they look like, you could get an erection from that. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So, you know,
No.
I mean, it's not, it all depends, man.
It does all depend.
Right,
That's what I'm saying. The same thing.
Jay, I think it depends on. I really think it depends on your mindset when you go to get that massage. If you're going to,
I disagree.
it's your mindset.
Yeah.
If you're going to get a massage, because if you go, when I went to Thailand, I had a Thai massage. I didn't go to get this Thai massage thinking that I'm about to go. I mean, I went into it. It was a real nice, smell good, look good, lavish, laid it out, and they worked it. It was a real massage. It was my first real massage.
Where they were.
But what did they
No,
work?
I mean,
you gotta be
did they work?
prescriptive.
What did they work?
What was it? They worked what?
Where did they
What,
work?
brother? What?
No, this is
Yeah,
it.
they worked.
No,
What was
work
it?
the muscles. Your leg.
Oh, okay.
That's a lot different. That's like
They work it
that's a
out.
lot
But what I'm
different.
saying is,
It's
when
legit
you want,
massage,
when
not
you
a
go
massage.
when you got the mindset that I want a happy ending, you know, as a man, what massage parlor you about to go to.
I agree.
But I don't.
Hence,
I don't
what I
agree.
said, massage parlor.
Yeah.
So hence what I said. Now, if you're going to someone
Chuck, I
with
think
your,
I think the proper terminology is a massage parlor for those places.
Yeah. So if you going with your wife, you and your girl, y'all going to share a massage together, you ain't thinking about no happy ending.
No, but I'm not.
True.
But he's not acting. He's not asking about a happy ending. What he asked is different. He asked is where you get an erection.
Jay, he flew those massage therapists in with the hat.
Yeah, I'm not talking about Deshaun Watson. I'm talking about what Quasi's question was.
No, that wasn't my
question.
question. That was Chuck's
That was
question.
Chuck.
Oh, Chuck's question. Your question, but your question was, your question, from what I understand, is would you get an erection
Exactly.
based upon just getting unless your mind was in it, would you still get an erection? And what I'm saying is, I think it depends on the person. I think, you know, basically, if it's a good ass massage, I remember getting my very first massage probably about 20 years ago, and having been like, damn, you know, and yeah, I got an erection and shit, but I had no intention of getting no happy ending. It wasn't even about that. It was it was just a legit massage. And and my dick got hard because it shit felt good.
Yeah.
And the chick wasn't going.
What I'm saying is, okay, so it was a girl that you used to date back in college. She's a massage therapist. And hey, Jay, you bumped into her, you know, I massage. And this was a young lady that you had intentions with back in college. You never tapped, whatever. Mm-hmm. And she said, hey, Jay, my profession now, I'm a massage therapist. Won't you take my card whenever you're into getting a massage?
This is not
Jay,
an Iris, man.
Now tell me right now.
Yo, how
right
this,
now.
this is
you going to
that is not equivalent.
That's not a little different. That's different.
Smash, bro.
That's a serious hypothetical.
Yeah, and it's not the same because because
what's her
name,
goes
beyond.
No, but I'm just saying. But you're not. We talking about somebody's profession. They taking it seriously. They're approaching it. It's like they study.
Look, I think here's the thing. I think let's be clear, right? For the general person, right? You get a massage, depending on where you get touched, anybody can be aroused and get excited. So I think that's the answer to your question, Chuck.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, for me, you know, I think it would have come down to where my mindset was on touch and if there was an attraction. Most of the times, though, when I've been in a massage joint, which has been all legitimate, I've never been to one of these illegitimate spots. I've always been to a salon, or spa, right? Not the quote unquote joint.
Yeah.
It's
not the massage joint.
But I can't say I've never been excited. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'd be lying if I said that shit.
I'm just saying it's a professional massage, and then it's the spas, the massage parlors.
But the professional massage therapist make you get a woody. That's all I'm saying.
The massage,
and Chuck, and a lot of those places, you know, I mean, I don't know how you how do you make the distinction of what's professional and what's not? You know what I'm saying?
It's the neon signs out front. Those are the typical indicators that this is not going to be
I had to throw you the oop. Hey, Carby, I'll throw the
oop
to you on that one.
That's a whole back, Jay. That's a whole back you're doing right now.
It was. I had to throw KB the oop.
I mean, you see, just like, and, speaking of which, we want to talk about the tragedy that just happened down in our beloved Atlanta. And I mean, if you look at those places, I mean, shit, when you ride by and see those places, I remember those places, all two of them in Buckhead, right by Tower Liquor Store.
Yeah.
And it was like a strip club, like right across the street. So I remember that area because me and Cool lived over there. That's not too far from Collier Road. But man, when you ride by those places, that's not like going by Spa Sedell. If you go to Spa Sedell, you expect to be draped and professionally handled and all that kind of shit. Riding by them places, it's like, it's like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
But we do know.
Hey, here's the question, right?
Sources reportedly say, right?
I can leave that question alone. I'm going to ask y'all a question, but leave that question alone.
Well, no, what I'll say is, it's just, just want to acknowledge the fact that the tragedy occurred.
Yeah.
And just want to kind of kick it around. Like, they're saying now that this was not a hate crime, that it was based on this man's sex addiction and all that kind of shit. And I'm like, I'm kind of on the fence, right?
Yeah,
well, okay. Yes. You already know that when you see one of the places with neon massaging signs on the front, that mean that this is a jack shop. You know what they're doing in there. And you can assume that the practitioners would be Asian, right? Might be a bad assumption, but they refer to them as Asian massage parlors or AMPs for short. So I guess my point is, first of all, for these incels, dude, you got a problem, man. Just get the gun and just kill yourself. Just start with you and let's just let it be that. You know what I'm saying? Just kill yourself. Right. Instead of killing all these people. So this man goes in and shoots all these people because he wants to eliminate the temptation of the jack shop. It's like, bruh, really? Don't just kill your sad ass self, you know. And think about this poor sucker that was in there, the one man, the white man got killed in there, who just went there to get his dick jacked off and fucked around and got killed by some incel.
But no, he was there with
and
his
how
wife.
you gonna explain this shit?
Wait, hold on. He was there. He was a couple. It was a couple.
No, he was a couple, brother. Couples don't go to shit like that.
No, it was a couple. Yeah,
you sure though?
Yes.
You sure?
It was a white couple. Yeah. Yeah. Check it out.
It did say one white lady. I gotta check that out. I thought
it was a white lady and a white male. Yes.
It was a white lady. Yeah. I just figured that it was some, some white lady down on her luck that ended up working in that place.
No. And check this out. Check it out. The age of the women
they were all
shot,
old. They were mama
They were all older. They were like in their
60s. Hell yeah.
The agents?
Yes, these weren't young women.
Yeah,
because they were going on the whole thing about these women getting trafficked and like, no, these were older 60-year-old women, man. Anyway, yeah, no, these were.
Wait, no, it's not funny. It's not funny.
The assumption was with these were young women, and of course, the media hops on it, and like these are exploited young Asian, Korean women or whatever that are forced to do this shit. But then it comes out that a lot of these women are in their like mid 50s or mid 60s.
They're older. I'm pretty sure there's a jack.
So they're not forced to.
I don't know how they work.
It's a cut-off line after a certain age.
Well, you know what? Maybe not. I'm not going to get into that conversation, but I don't think when we typically think of child trafficking, human trafficking, we think of younger women. That's all I'm saying.
You're not thinking about one woman that's 68 years old. Now, a couple things I'll say on that.
Hold on.
The way those places
past conversations prove that's not right, but okay.
Okay.
But Carl, you said the guy thought he was kind of correcting some bad shit going on in there? What?
No, he said that he wanted to eliminate the temptation of these jack shops, and he was a frequent guest. Yeah. So he had been there before and had, obviously engaged in their services, and then he decides to go in there and shoot everybody because he's, feeling ashamed of his sad ass self. Which I'm like I said, bro, if you feeling ashamed or sad, just blow your brains out, just get it over with.
Yeah.
Instead of killing all these other people,
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people who think like that. I mean, you hate to put the label crazy on them, right? Because, define crazy, but I think you have these people who think that they are agents of
change,
the devil, what have you. I mean, when you taking things to that level, you thinking, I'm carrying this out for some special spirit versus, like you say, deal with your own shit. If you got a problem with it, either A, don't go, or, if you don't like what's going on in the world, take yourself out the world. Don't be killing other people. You know what I mean?
Man, exactly. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, a couple of things I got in, just pardon shots on this topic. One was, I always thought it was like young, hot bitches working there. I didn't know it was like old ladies. I mean, how disappointed would you be if you went up to try to, to do that type of shit and engage in that kind of service? Just some literally grandmother coming out to jack your dick off. I'm like, damn.
Well, that's why I was saying that. How do you take the professional? Because a lot of times, I'm assuming that's what we assume. But
I'm assuming that those places are jacking dicks off. I don't know.
Right. But, I was reading an article about one of the little boys who lost her mom up in there and she was, she was just older. It was like she was just an older woman. She was just, making ends meet, whatever. And then she didn't come home. You know what I mean? It wasn't like she lived up in a room with 20 other women that were forced to come out when told to. You know what I mean? Like, it was a day job for her, So, I don't know. I mean, I think there's a stereotype that goes along with everything. So we just got to be careful of that.
That's true. Question. So would you guys consider this a hate crime? I mean, that's kind of the.
I do. Yes, I do.
I'm going to say yes, because you definitely didn't expect to see some Mexicans in there, some Polish folk in there. You would expect to see Asian women working there. That's all those working there.
Right. Yeah. And if you're supposed to be an agent of change, you're saying, oh man, I want to eliminate temptation. Then that temptation is more than just a massage parlor. That temptation goes to strip clubs. Let's get rid of all sexual deviancy. Yeah. And you probably passed 100 strip clubs on the way to the next Asian spot.
How about that?
So that literally, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, it's saying you are sitting here and going to tell me, oh, it had nothing to do with the race. But I mean, dude, you separated each facility was an Asian massage spot. If you went to a freaking black strip club and hit all the black strip clubs and you know foregone all the white ones, it'd be a hate crime. You know what I'm
Hold on.
saying?
So you said
because
each
you knew
facility.
what was there.
How many did you
Yeah.
go to?
I
He
don't.
went to
I
like
really.
three.
He went to
One
like
in Cherokee County and two
three-
across the street in Buckhead.
And he shot
Yeah.
at all of them?
Yes.
yes,
Yeah.
he killed
18
somebody in
killed.
all of them.
I thought it was one.
No,
I really
it's
don't
three.
think it was his statement.
Okay.
I really don't think. I honestly believe it wasn't his statement. They made that statement up because they just wanted to calm the turmoil, or didn't want to really create and add fuel to the flame. Because I think that statement wasn't his statement.
Nah,
Yeah,
bro.
I
What
mean,
that
that makes
was,
sense.
he was in there.
Yeah.
He was in there. He either caught some kind of communicable disease while getting pleasured in there by one of those women who probably jacked.
But did
100 dicks a day.
you read about? Did you read
That's
about
probably what happened.
Hold on, let me-
his
wait,
social
let me-
media
hold on.
page? His social
Hold
media
on.
page.
Either that
With
or
his social media page,
he had unrequited love. He was catching feelings in there. Now what his page say?
Okay, they took down the social media page, but his social media page had racism. Was referring to Asians and referring to the election. It was a lot of racist stuff on his social media page, and it got taken down the day he got caught.
Wait, not him. I thought that was the sheriff in Cherokee County. That was the sheriff in Cherokee County who had the
No, he's making.
His
Yeah,
the
he took
flu
it.
came from China. He had them T-shirts made about the flu coming from
So
China.
I
you're
don't
not
know
talking,
about the
but you're not talking. You're not talking about the sheriff though. You're talking about the actual killer.
Yeah.
No, I think what you're talking about is the rhetoric I saw that you're talking about. I think it's from the sheriff, the one that said he just had a
he knows
bad
what
day.
he saw. Well, no, I mean, which one was it, Chuck?
No, it was the
know?
guy
Killer.
who got caught.
It was the killer.
The
He's saying
killer.
the
Yeah,
killer.
the killer.
He's killing a killer. Yeah.
Oh, so he had
'Cause the
anti-Asian racist shit on his page.
Yeah.
On his social
Yeah.
media page. Yeah, and
Like
that
the
hadn't
election?
been in them.
the day he got caught, they took his social media page, but it was circulating, but you can't find. You might, if you go,
Have shots.
if you could do a hard search, you probably can find it. But if on his social media page, he had a lot of stuff talking about racism and the Asians and stuff. It was
So what,
Yeah. So
what was
he
that on?
was a racist.
What
you know
was
which
that?
social media?
Facebook? What was he
Page?
posting that? Yeah.
It was on. I believe it was on his Facebook page.
Like, who got a problem with Asians? I mean, for real.
I mean,
I asked
because
that
that's what
question
they're
'cause-
saying. This coronavirus is coming from China. That's
Well, yeah, that's
Yeah, I mean that's
fucking-
but that's
it's
I mean
Trump
that's a
bullshit.
topic.
I forget
yeah,
about
KB,
that.
That's
Yeah.
a topic. Yeah, you forgetting what's going on right now. Everybody's a whole big
I'm
uptick
sorry.
of violence against Asians.
It is, and you're right. It's a huge uptick in violence against Asians, and the president talking about the China virus and the Kung flu and all this bullshit.
I asked
It
which
was-
platform because they were during the election starting to monitor and supposedly taking a stance against that kind of language being posted. And this guy's posting over on Facebook racist stuff, and it wasn't caught. It wasn't flagged. Nobody was
Yeah,
alerted.
Well,
about
there's
this
a lot
guy.
of stuff Facebook wasn't catching.
Mrs. Those
I mean, a lot of
filters,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a
So-
lot. I mean,
That's why they had to deplatform Trump and anybody that traffics in that bullshit. Like we can
Yeah, but
we can
they
agree, we
monitor.
can disagree
It's-
politically, but we ain't got to do that bullshit, man. Talking about China virus and all this bullshit. Like, dude, come on, man.
I mean, we're
Yeah.
talking
Yeah,
of.
how many?
I mean,
I know people on Facebook who aren't saying anything as outrageous as that, and they get put in time, quote unquote, time out for a
Facebook
short period of
jail.
time. Right, but this
yeah,
guy's
no. I mean, that happens.
doing
But
this kind of shit, and he's flying free until he kills somebody, and then they take the shit down.
And then they had a ginger
Yeah.
arrest, brought him
I
out.
hadn't heard that though. I hadn't heard that though.
yeah.
haven't heard
So
that either.
I mean, as soon as he got caught, they shut down his social media pages. As soon as he got caught, I mean, and it was all they reported that in the news as well. I'll find some articles for you, but it was. I mean, everybody.
Yeah, find the article.
So everybody, when the sheriff put out that statement, I mean, it was just like, that's why everybody didn't believe it, because Why is his page shut down? Everybody knows they knew about that. So that's why when you got the news, that's why we talk about the news is always late. They can't, they trying to cover up stuff down. I mean, that sheriff's office, for them to come out with what we just went through with the insurrection at the Capitol and clearly Black Lives Matter, all this combination of stuff, and they think they're trying to push it up under the rug right now. They're trying to have everybody forget about it. And we talked about this. Is Black Lives Matter going to be relevant if Biden gets and Harris, Vice President Harris, if they're in office, is it going to still be relevant?
Black Lives Matter?
Yeah, I mean, our whole movement. We talked about that before. And
well, so if another brother gets killed, it'll still be relevant.
Yeah.
When, not if.
Yeah.
Not when, right.
Yeah, when.
Once. I should say once another brother gets killed.
Right.
but like right now it's kind of like fizzled away a little bit, right?
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't necessarily say that. I think that you're not having the protest because we're kind of Black Lives Matter are kind of you equate it with the protests that go along. And so, I mean, you're not going to have a protest every day of the year. Obviously, things do die down, but if somebody gets shot tomorrow, best believe Black Lives Matter is going to show up.
No, I'm not,
Ron Johnson will be
I don't disagree with you, but what we're talking about right now, where what's being relevant right now today in the news is
the news cycle is what it is, Chuck. I get you on that.
I think that's a good point.
Yeah.
What about the first 100 days with Biden? It has to be contributing to shit getting pushed down and out of the news.
I got an inclination to say he's kicking ass, but I want to caution myself and just say, when you go from somebody who was absolutely incompetent and operating in a fashion that was anti-American in a lot of ways, just showing up and having a pulse and just being a normal president makes you seem like a fucking rock star. You know what I'm saying? Jen Psaki probably says 60 times in every one of her press briefings, but she's there and she seems to be credible and telling the truth and is not antagonistic with the press, and that's just really refreshing. And it's amazing that just having a normal press briefing is such oh my God, it's such a great thing, and it's just normal course of operations.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Well, just doing shit normal seems like it's this shit's amazing, and they're not even doing anything.
Well, yeah, you think about it. Biden and Harris is making us feel like we got a stable parent that's given a structure, infrastructure of how we're going to live.
Abusive situation,
and then Trump, it was like going to the trap house parent where they they got the alcohol. You got so many uncles coming through. You got aunties coming through. And everybody's your auntie and cousin. You know what I'm saying? So we don't feel we got structure and stability right now. And that's a good feeling. That's a good ass feeling. When we wake up, we know we're gonna have breakfast on the table.
And but when you say we, you gotta understand we represent 55% of Americans, who the other 45% think that they did their patriotic duty by causing the insurrection at the Capitol. And so they look at it like, I'm just waiting for the next incident. Like, it's always going to be, I don't think these fools have stopped. Like, it's always going to be another one of these incidents where these guys go and shoot up something because it doesn't get along. I think the difference
is when you had Trump in office, they knew the National Guard wasn't coming. You know what I'm saying? Now that you got Nancy Pelosi at the helm and you got Schumer at the helm of the Senate, you got Biden in the White House, all the levels of power are in the Democratic hands of the Democrats. So if they do another Capitol insurrection, it's going to look like a Black Lives Matter protest, meaning it's going to be armed guards out there kicking motherfuckers down steps. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be the same bullshit where they just say, when Michael Flynn's brother who I don't know why they don't get his ass up there to testify, who decided that they didn't need the National Guard. He's the one that was in that conversation. The decision was made. It won't be like they would say, "Oh no National Guard." Man, they're gonna have the damn Marines out there next time. So I don't think it's gonna fly the same way. So it might be another event, but them folks ain't stupid, man.
Well, I'm thinking there'll be another event, but on a smaller scale. I think they know not to do anything like that for at least for a while. But you may have events at different capitals in different states, or you may have just these different lone wolf type incidents.
They caught a guy outside of Kamala Harris' house with a fucking with a long gun.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's outside in DC with a long gun or whatever, talking about he's lost. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have that.
And I'm sure they found a pipe in his ass later on at night.
No.
Go back and tell your friends about this, boy.
Nah, but he gonna get special treatment. They put him in a fucking cell away from the general pop. That's what that does.
That's what I'm talking about. They found a pipe to put in his ass.
Hold on, so,
well,
but I mean, you just think about it, man.
Someone said something about Biden in his first, I don't know how many days it's been now.
100 days.
60 days.
60-some days right now, yeah.
That he hasn't done anything, but
who said that?
I thought somebody just said he hadn't done anything.
On his
maybe
podcast?
It was
On his podcast, somebody said he hadn't done anything?
No, now.
I might have said he hadn't done anything. I meant to say he hadn't done anything like remarkable, but it's just he's just being a president, which is amazing.
Man, I think he has, man. He has definitely attacked this virus, man. He has.
No, absolutely. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, just putting the CDC back in the forefront and saying, listen, they can say whatever they need to say. We don't have to filter this information, and we need the science to be put out like it is.
Man,
that's huge, man.
He got so much love. And I don't know if you guys saw some of the footage when he left the CDC this past Friday.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Oh, yeah.
Man, the traffic was bananas out here in Atlanta when they were getting ready to leave. I mean, people just literally pulled over off the freeway, pulled over on the side, was watching them pass by. He was getting love, man. I mean, the way he attacked this pandemic and the virus and the vaccine, getting it out there. I mean, it's right now. You see this because they're trying to increase the vaccination. It's states starting to just put it out to everybody.
I mean, that's what he said in Production Act. You remember we talked about they needed to invoke the Defense Production Act, which Trump
refused to do it. Yeah,
right. Yeah. He did it, and now you got this proliferation of virus of vaccines coming in, and he's getting them out the door. I mean, it's like. It's almost like Trump was trying to sabotage this shit, man.
Yeah, like he's trying to kill us.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we talked about it earlier, before we started recording, on who's gotten the shot so far. 1 or 2 shots so far. I just got my first shot this past week, and I went to one of the mass vaccination centers.
Oh, you got that bullshit.
I got the Moderna, but it was like.
Yeah,
I had it set up in 15-minute intervals.
Yeah.
And had you going in there. It felt like I was going to Hartsville, where you had to go through the security, give them your name, they found you, and then they directed you, follow the feet to your next station.
Was interesting.
Flag the piece of paper, which shot you were. Which vaccine you were getting.
Mm-hmm.
It was organized. And I asked the guy, how many people you seeing come through here? He said, we're doing about 2,500 a day. Once we get more vaccinations, we can easily crank it up to 3,000. That's just one. That's just one center in Atlanta. Yeah. There's multiple places in Atlanta.
Yeah. I got mine like 3 weeks ago. Yeah, I got mine 3 weeks ago. The funny thing is that so my wife, she volunteered to give out the vaccine. So I thought she was at the this place called the Sports and Learning Center, which is a huge sports complex in Maryland. And so I thought she was there. So me and my daughter, we went to because at the time I thought they were doing the Pfizer. So I was going to take my daughter out there since she's 17. So we go to this PG hospital, the PG County Health Clinic. and it was an appointment. And, you know, it was like every 30 minutes you had an appointment. Then they just started letting everybody in, just like after, in the damn line was all around the corner. Like it was literally to the highway, Come to find out, my wife was in the same facility, and, you know, we're hearing her giving out the vaccine, but that's at least my child did. I didn't know who it was, but she said that when she came home, that she was obviously at the facility, but she didn't get home till like 8:00. So she had been at that joint for like 10 to 12 hours or whatever, you know, giving out the vaccine once they let anybody come in. So they easily saw over 3,000 people, like easily.
Yeah.
You know,
Georgia had like the worst, they were ranked like 51st, including territories in terms of having the vaccine and actually injecting or providing it to someone, putting it in someone's arm. So they had been stuck on the first, in the first group for like 3 months. I'm just sitting here like, what the fuck? Am I ever going to be? I was supposed to be in 1C. Janelle somehow, she registered me, and then like the day Biden gave his talk, they said by May 1st, everybody should get a vaccination. I got an email giving me my date.
That's what's up. I found a community health center down here in Chicago, you know, just a little bit south of Wakanda. And they had they had shots. So I think they just had an abundance of shots. They opened it up, you know, let anybody who wanted to get a shot. So, you know, I signed up. I didn't even sign up. I called. They said, yeah, come on in. I went over there, gave my information. Bang, 15 minutes later, I was gone.
Yeah, what people had started doing here,
soreness, you know.
Yeah, what people had started doing here was they would go to one of the places that were giving them out and wait till the end of the day.
Yeah, that's what they did here too.
And
Walmart was doing that too. They had extra shots. Whoever came up to get one.
Yeah. A lot of folks I know got theirs like that. Yeah, because all the grocery stores here in Maryland had that shit. Yeah, where they were giving it away. You know.
So what's going to happen to all the conspiracy theorists that said we was all going to die when we got the shot?
Well, you know, they're
publicly apologize.
Well, you know,
they're going to be right at one point.
Here's the thing, though. You laugh, and I definitely know conspiracy theorists, but I definitely don't want to be that dude, you know, looking for a lawyer talking about, did you take the damn, you know, Moderna shot back in 2020? You know, you could get paid. There's a big class action lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? And it'd be like, we'd be like in our 60s and shit, be like, damn, yeah, I took that shit. Now I can't see. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
We're like, so we ain't necessarily out the woods, but I'm gonna get, you know, I'm gonna get my second shot.
I mean, you know,
I'd rather be alive now and dead later.
Yeah,
dead now.
Hey, but Jay, I was thinking that same thing, man. Like they get to be 80 or 60 years old. Like, Dad, did you have it at such and such time?
If you took the Moderna COVID-19 vaccination back in 2020,
you can seek damages. Call Morgan and Morgan.
All I'm gonna do is say, God damn. I'm gonna be like, God damn.
Man, you know, outlived your...
As long as you don't put me on a ventilator, I'm straight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you live that long, you probably outlived your actuary anyway.
You already outkicked your coverage anyway. Black man should be dead at 65 anyway.
Right,
so,
right, exactly.
Enjoy your last decade, brothers. Hey, I think we got it in the bag, brothers. This is a good outing, man. Good to be back in the saddle. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, like, subscribe, give us your feedback. We'll be back, you know, more often. We got some actually upcoming spotlights of each one of the members coming up. So stay tuned so you can know a little bit more about the members of the House 94 podcast. But hey, IG, Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, like, subscribe, check us out. And until next week.
Deuces.
Rue.
Rue.
That's good shit.